And welcome to Hannity. And tonight we're broadcasting from the always beautiful Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, where in just moments, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, he will join us for his first sit-down television interview since leaving the White House. When Donald Trump talks, the world, the country listens. So tonight, for the hour, we welcome the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. Mr. President, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much.
So I know a lot of people that are around you every day. This is what they're all telling me. You are working as hard as you did when you were in the White House, except you play a little golf more. That you're keeping an insane schedule, 7 days a week. You really don't stop.
Well, we're seeing a lot of people. We're seeing a lot of good Republicans and a lot of good Americans, in some cases great Americans, and we are working very hard. And a lot of things to do, plus I'm getting more involved. For a long time, years, I wasn't involved in the business. I'm more involved in the business. We'll see what I do with respect to that, but the business is doing well, and we're doing well. It's been 5.5 years of investigations and hoaxes, and I see something came out just yesterday about the Russia was a total phony deal, and they hate to admit it, but intelligence came out.
They were putting a bounty on
the bounty, heads. The big bounty deal, and now they say that it was a hoax, just like everything else. So it's a sad thing. You get impeached for doing nothing wrong, then you get a second impeachment for doing nothing wrong. And so it's been pretty wild when you think about it, and very unfair. So we're working very hard, and I think you're going to see something that will start to take place in 22 and will culminate in 24. And you're going to see a lot of big things and great things for the Republican Party and for the country when you look at the border and all of the things that are going wrong right now. What a shame at the border.
Let's start with Joe Biden. Now, I get criticized because the Joe Biden I see now, I can show you tapes of him in 2016. I could show you tapes of him in 2012. And to me, he looks extraordinarily weak, frail. I think it's very transparent. He's struggling cognitively. He usually averages less. We follow his schedule very closely, less than one event a day. What do you see? How do you grade him 3 months in?
So he's going to be 79 years old. That is not old. I know many people in their late 80s that are just as good as they were years ago. I spoke to one who's 92 years old. He said, I feel better than I did 20 years ago. 78, 79 is not old. But he, look, I don't think it's even appropriate for me to comment on that. It sort of speaks for itself. I mean, people can make their own determination. I know that if it were me, they would be up and down going crazy, right? But I had an instance where on a slippery ramp, piece of steel, very steep and very long, no railings, no nothing, and it was pouring at West Point. And the last thing I want to do is go down, because when Gerald Ford went down, it was not good. Now, when Biden went down, the press didn't cover it. I mean, if you look at...
Well, in fairness, his aide said that the wind, it was very windy, the wind might have blown him over. Did the wind ever blow you over when you were...
Well, Air Force One is a very big plane, and usually what they try and do is shield the wind. You know, when they park it, you can turn it at angles, and so you don't ever have too much. I've never seen too much wind. It can get a little windy, but not the kind of wind that blows you over. But if you look at mainstream media, or as you say, lamestream media, they didn't cover that. If that were a Republican, in particular, if it was me, that would be the biggest story for the rest of the year.
But let me ask the question from this perspective, because there are hostile regimes and many hostile actors on the world stage. You got a hostile regime in Russia, hostile actor Vladimir Putin, hostile regime in China, President Xi, you dealt with him a lot.
I know.
Kim Jong-un, the mullahs in Iran, looks like Joe's already capitulated on that. Now, you know them well enough. I'm sure they're studying Joe Biden. Knowing what you know, things that I wouldn't know, are you concerned about their perception of an American president that seems somewhat frail and weak?
Well, something's going on, because they never did this with me, that I can tell you. Nobody was tougher on Russia. And frankly, getting along with Vladimir Putin is a good thing. And I got along with him very well. The relationship was very good, very strong. but they never encircled Ukraine, and they never, in Taiwan, China, they never sent warships all over the place like they're doing now. It looks very serious going on with Taiwan. And that's a long way away. That's 9,000 miles away. They're right next to it. That's like, I mean, it's like very close. So now something's going on with Taiwan. Something maybe is going on with Ukraine. This never was a big subject when I was president.
Wasn't at all.
As far as North Korea is concerned, I have a great relationship with a certain man that's got great power over North Korea. And you take a look at Kim Jong-un and the relationship that I developed. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. Getting along with President Putin is a great thing. You know, we should be doing business with Russia. We should be getting along with Russia. Instead of forcing Russia to go into the hands of China, the worst thing you could do is put China and Russia together. And